Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
From that one, but Flash blown, everything else working out okay.
So 369 blowing that flash. Tarzan coming back again though.
For that regank, he's just going to be here as 369 puts down the wall, but it could already be too late. Can't quite get in range until just now. 369 though still being burned down, and the slow is just enough. First blood to the Rumble.
So we said the big trade-off for Weibo was you lock in that Rumble. Nothing is fair against Rumble right now. This champion just destroys lanes.
Harpoon, Tien is here, and Crisp and Light so very low.
So the level 3, they don't have a heal, they have the cleanse, the ignite, they're going to spot out Tien here. They will have that level 3, which means they have the bailout, means it's not easy to get this.
Just dies before we can use it, never mind. Light in danger now as well. That's that passive from Tien, stacking on him, but will not be brought down. Kill
the last pick of the draft. Ends up being a bit of a proton torpedo into Weibo's draft. That Karma has really ruined the win conditions of Weibo's early game. They're going to have to scrap their way through it. This is going to be a level 6 Rumble coming down towards these grubs. You might see a fight right now coming through. Tien takes one of them, jumps backwards. Tarzan already used that W, which means it won't be available. Long cooldown of that first rank. Second one goes down. No fight coming just yet.
369 gets the slicing maelstrom down. Breathe, chunk low, but not down quite yet. Tien may be forced to get out of the pit, fails the flash over the wall, doesn't have an kick assault right now, and with the W there, means Tien is stuck in the pit and falls down.
One kill over to Weibo in this extended play to match that one on the top side earlier. It's still going to be 2 grubs to the side of Tien. I'm surprised that Weibo couldn't get themselves a cleaner fight around that, but Tien manages to get himself a play at points. Is that when you have to play the on-hit version of the Callisto, whether that was the old Blade Hurricane build in the past or the Blade and the Terminus and Rage Blade build as it is currently, if you don't have the stats, you have to still go very low range and you can't dance away from everything. As it stands, they're getting ganked again.
Gonna try and get some damage back as Crisp, chunked very low, nowhere really to go. He's got the bailout on him, so they just turn on to Light, who just about survives for a second or two longer. The bailout comes on through regardless, and Jackie gets both.
Masterclass from top Esports bot lane. The draft has worked, the level 1 has worked, and the continuation to the bailouts onto the Renata. They don't have to focus them. They put the damage onto the Callisto instead. Crisp goes down, and sadly this Callisto Renata is now down in a 2v2. More than 2,500 gold between the Ezreal and the Karma. That's just gone up to 3,500 gold lead as a 2v2 between both the Ezreal and the Karma.
It's so rough to see, and again, this was a lane that was drafted for Weibo game to get pressure and attack bot. Tarzan, understandably in some ways, decided, look, I'd rather go top lane after we didn't really find an angle early, but it's come at such an insane cost, and the value back just hasn't been there. Crisp walks over a ward. 369 is in danger, don't get me wrong, but how much value getting here all the while?
I really feel like this needs to work out. The ult comes through. That's a lot of damage onto Tarzan. It will be the kill. Crisp goes down.
No, not quite.
Not quite. Thought he would do. Tien has himself that ultimate. Could potentially look for a jump over the wall as Jackie and Mako are rotating topside, but no kill back. That is bare minimum for what Weibo need. Cream is still hitting the outer turret in mid lane, though, as this happens.
Tarzan is there, just allowing Xiaohu to get out of dodge for now. But Tien and Mako could look to go forwards here. Shield on top speeds Tien up briefly, but they won't pull the trigger. They're happy to give up that one kill.
Cream
here.
Over. Wall stun.
Jumps on in, gets the double knock up with the keeper's verdict, but Mako stays alive. Another turnaround damage begins to come on through. The hostile takeover is short. Not going to be useful. Tarzan dead to rights. Light stunned up. Goes down again this game. The bailout does not keep him alive. Crisp in danger. Goes down as well. Mako only falls now as Xiao, who has to Valkyrie forwards to get him. Grubs have spawned. Top Esports are there. Jackie looks for a snipe that's not going to land anything. Jackie gets more plates. This mid lane turret under siege. No herald required. And that's before 40 minutes. So the value is huge. This gold lead is ballooning to monstrous.
Well, do you remember that era of Season 8, Season 9, when Conqueror was one of the most busted runes we'd ever seen? And you had junglers who were stronger than solo laners because they could just like kill you at level 3, level 4. Like that I want to see a few more of those mid laners back.
369 potentially has a teleport angle here if he wants to come looking for this herald. The observer's like, look, they can really look for this, and they know it's coming on in. Here come the rest of top Esports. Xiaohu backing away. The ultimate comes on through from Rumble, but already Poppy has been deleted. 369 with flash could look for a slicing maelstrom. It's just not required. It doesn't even get involved with a kill. But they get out, they lose 2, and they're going to lose the Herald too.
Look, folks, if you're losing control of the map at 15 minutes and getting flank teleported on from within your own jungle, there is a huge issue. Top Esports, you know, they've gotten every single objective on the map besides one grub. They're going to lost that bot lane. I think that things fell apart. I have to say now, on retrospect, whether Tarzan should have still tried the hardcore focus bot. When you have the Ezreal Karma, you have that Glycerin, it is obvious whoever gets there as a jungler first and gets to flip that lane is going to make a mess of things. JackeyLove and Mako win that level 1. Tien comes down first and the game falls apart. I think trusting the Kalista Renata to survive against that lane is a bit of fool's hope.
Yeah, and doing it by itself when you drafted for influence from the jungle just hasn't happened. I feel like in some ways you had to trust Breathe to win the lane by himself. And in fairness, he's been a win condition in some ways. He's the only part of the team that is ahead and is still very scary. It's just look at the leads literally everywhere else. Even the look in mid lane was just hopped away from casually by Cream.
I mean, Cream's just on it. This is one of the other things you gave up for this. The last pick of the Karma, I think, actually ends up winning the draft because it was incredible. I think that Mako's flexibility on display there, a man of 1,000 games plus, actually. Has completely ruined this game with the versatility. There is going to be an objective bounty. There's going to be a teleport. Tarzan hit too.
Tarzan on a flank, can look to get onto someone key. Forces Scream to flash away. The equalizer comes on through, but only really chunks out Mako. The heal comes on down and into the backline. The damage is huge. The Pokeball is summoned to try and keep the support alive.
This is
everyone's
4v5.
so low. There's no Kennen here.
And this is a 4v5. Top Esports end up winning out through that one. The wall stun didn't come through, and therefore, again, Weibo, that was a lot of the remaining ammunition they had. They don't have those flashes and teleports now.
It was a limited chance anyway. Mako gets the root over the wall on the Tarzan. He's frozen up. The True Shot Barrage does so much damage at this point of the game. You can see the statistical analysis there. I think it might be a little higher than that. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Yeah, but it's Top Esports piloting this composition. It's a little bit higher than that, so turret also going to be forced in as well. Baron hasn't even spawned yet. This is how dominant it is. The Baron's not even spawned. Weibo, they're trying to get some objective bounties. They got one in the top lane out of turret. They get another one in the bot lane out of turret just now. That is something back, but it is not nearly enough. Top Esports, they have themselves the Sejuani ultimate coming up soon. And that is big bong on turret. Gets the extended blast of Range as well. They don't have that Rumble equalizer now. The only goal on their team has gone to Breathe, and he can't even get himself that team-winning ultimate because he's using it for wave clip. Weibo have been outclassed, hugely so.
No.
And of course now with that ultimate coming through, there is defender's advantage for Weibo where they can go through and regen from the base plate, but given how much poke has come through, it might not even save their inhibitors. JackeyLove is here, just whacking around that turret, misses the spell flux on this as well. Maybe he's trying to catch out light beyond that, but he has enough anyway beyond that point. One inhibitor fallen at 19.5 minutes, another one open beyond this point. There is a teleport from Breathe. He has a flash, but he might have been spotted.
Oh, he was on a control ward, so it's a known quantity, and Breathe with no Zhonya's. Really in a great position necessarily to full-on face tank. No Rift Maker or anything like that. They'll lose the Skull Crab here as well, and instead they just turn onto the Rumble, who flashes away. Does land that Electro Harpoon. Tarzan missing with the Keeper's Verdict. Could still prove a little bit problematic here as Cream steps on forwards. Remember, Kennen not here. Still, this is still a 4v4. Teleport now flying on through his shadow. He's tugged out by that True Shot Barrage. Cream still alive, still healthy, still dangerous. Crisp gets the bailout as Tarzan, chunked out by a slicing Maelstrom. Light is snuffed, and Breathe falls as well, breathing his last. The inhibitors are exposed, Baron's alive, and they've got their choice of the litter in terms of what they go towards.
Not even
the 5 grubs, Soul Point coming on through. It feels like a game that is 10 minutes later than it is, purely off the lead. It's a 12,000 gold lead, it's only just gone 21 minutes.
I mean, they're getting more than 500 gold lead.
JackeyLove, Lord Almighty, he's 3 items. It's only an item on Light. He is a 1-item Kalista. On the other side, Jackie is about to be able to 1v9 this as Cream gets jumped on by Tarzan, but gets to buffer over the wall. Still has Buster Shot available, flashes out of the equalizer, does eventually go down, but all the while, their base is being broken apart.
And now you don't have the equalizer either. If you have the equalizer, you can look for a big AoE team fight. There are 3 Baroned up super minion waves. Weibo, you catch Cream, but at what cost?
Yeah, finally, I understand going for dessert first. The problem is you've got to deal with the meat of the matter. And that is JackeyLove. That is the rest of Top Esports, who are quite happy to have a 3-course meal named Weibo Gaming. They have been feasting all game long, with the exception of poor old 3x69, who's been on a diet. But maybe, just maybe, he's allowed to have a little bit of something at the end as just a treat to end up this series. Top Esports have taken no prisoners this game. No sign of remorse. They are back on board. Their first series win at the Rumble stage.
Top Esports, maybe.
These were the best highlights from today's LPL matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say okay. See you on the next one.